What's up, Film Jammers? Today we're taking a look at a pretty groundbreaking new technology. These are called Hover Dream Cloud Pro cameras. And what they do is they take your dreams, they stream them to the cloud while feeding you nachos in bed. Wait a minute. That's actually a dream I had last night. This week we're talking about camera to cloud technology. What is camera to cloud? Well, Professor Melvin von Streamington is actually here to explain.
Camera to cloud is a new technology that enables you to film small proxy files into the cloud while you're filming. It's very handy for projects where you need a quick turnaround or when your editor is in another location. Hi, Wally.
So today we're going to show you how to set up a camera to cloud workflow using the Teradek 655 and a FrameIO account. Beam me to the cloud, Dr. Streamington. Aside from your camera, the basic tools and equipment that you're going to need are a paid FrameIO account. These start at $15 per month, and the Teradek Cube 655. These are $1,900 right now. The Teradek Cube is what streams the video files to the cloud from your camera. And the FrameIO software is what links with the Cube to host your video proxy clips in the cloud. You'll also need a good Wi-Fi signal or hardwired Ethernet. All those transfers to the cloud need a steady signal. Now, if you want the ability to stream proxies to the cloud in a location where you might not have a good Wi-Fi signal, you can also use a MiFi or mobile hotspot. We've been using the Nighthawk 5G mobile hotspot from AT&T, and this device costs about $500 plus the cost of a data plan. Now, one of the nice things about the Teradek Cube 655 is that you can adjust the size of your proxies. You can go from 128 kilobits per second all the way up to 15 megabits per second. And remember, the smaller the file sizes, the faster the uploads. For this episode, we're gonna test the streaming at 4 megabits per second, which is towards the smaller side. If you want to adjust this, just select Video Setup, Bitrate in the menu on the Teradek Cube. Right now, 1080p is the maximum quality you can select for the proxies. No 4K yet, but you can relink to your original 4K media if you shoot it in that resolution. Now, when you're on set, the first thing you'll want to do is to connect the Teradek Cube 655 to the internet. In this video, we'll be using our Nighthawk 5G MiFi mobile hotspot for internet. To select it, go into the menu on the Cube 655 and select Network Settings to connect to the network of your choice. Next, you'll pair the Teradek Cube 655 with a FrameIO account using the FrameIO app. From the Cube 655 menu, select Video Recording. Then navigate down to FrameIO. Then select Pair, which will generate a code. Then go to the FrameIO app. Make sure you're logged in with a paid account and enter the code from the Teradek Cube. The devices will then pair. From here, you can select an expiration date if you choose for the pairing. For example, if you're filming for a 1-week show, you can have the pairing expire on the last day of filming. Kinda handy. Once the Teradek Cube 655 is paired to your FrameIO account, make sure that you have a signal coming from the camera into the Teradek. You can either use HDMI or SDI, which are both on the Cube.
Please note, the Teradek Cube will record your camera overlays, okay? So give it a clean feed. Clean like this needle. Oh!
Now, this won't matter too much if you're relinking up to the original high-res media later, but it's something to keep in mind in case you're sending those proxies to a client. Or you want to watch them while eating nachos in bed. Another important note, even though you're streaming your proxies to the cloud, you still have to record them internally on the Cube 655, and it will not begin recording or streaming to the cloud without an SD card inserted. The SD card in the Teradek Cube is a failsafe. So if your internet connection is lost while you're recording, the SD card will continue to record footage from the camera. And then later, when the internet connection is reestablished, it'll re-upload from the SD card. Pretty neat technology. In our test, the Teradek Cube would not trigger the proxy recordings without an SD card inserted, so keep that in mind. Now that you're paired and the camera is connected, the recording button on the camera should trigger the proxy recording on the Cube 655. Keep in mind there is a slight delay and the first few frames will be missing from your proxies. That doesn't mean anything's wrong, that's normal. The embedded timecode in the proxy clips will later be used in editing to sync up to the originals. But just keep this delay in mind for slating purposes on set. Okay, so let's try a test recording clip to the cloud. So I'm gonna record, say like a 10-second clip here on the C300 here. We're just gonna record this beautiful Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro. And what we're gonna do is create a folder here in the FrameIO app. So any clips that we record today through the Teradek 655 will appear in this folder. So I just cut the clip. So it's only been about 10 seconds and you can already see it's processing the clip right now. So literally very shortly after you record a clip, you're gonna be able to process it here on FrameIO and send it to your contributors out into the world.
You know what's faster than camera to cloud? Straight into the vein. Oh.
So as long as they are logged into a FrameIO account, they can download these clips. If they don't have a FrameIO account, you can also just view them just if you want to send it to a client. Oh, and looks like the clip is now here. It's actually 23 seconds, playing our first camera to cloud clip of the day. Wow. Now, if you want to click here, you've got file info. So you can look at your date, your resolution, file size, 750 kilobytes. Pretty cool. And let's play that clip again. It is playing. It's just a static clip, so it's not that interesting, but you can see the playhead is moving along. Now, one thing to remember about the Teradek 655 is that if you lose power to the camera, and this loses power, it will take about 2 to 3 minutes to boot up and relink to the internet network. So just something to think about for battery swaps and planning ahead. And it will remember the Wi-Fi network and password, just like a smartphone or tablet would, which is very nice. Okay, so we're gonna do a 1-minute clip. So I'm gonna start it right now. I wanna see how long it takes to upload that 1-minute clip and how large the file size is, just for kind of a reference. So I'm gonna keep track of the minutes, because I'm not. And cutting. Okay, so that was a little bit longer than probably a minute, but we'll see about exactly how long that was and how big that file size is. So we just recorded a 1 minute and 42-second file. It was processing, it only took like actually 10 seconds, and now it's there. Let's check out the info. The info says that it's 3 megabytes for a 1 minute and 42-second file. Playing Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro in the house. So almost a 2-minute clip, 3 megabytes. So figure if you have an hour-long interview, that's gonna run about 90 megabytes. So not too huge of a file, easy to download, makes this camera to cloud setup really convenient for your editors. We are living in the future, and thank you, FrameIO overlords. Bleep, bloop, 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 blop, blop, blip, bleep, 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 bleep. All right, next week we're gonna take a look at how to relink your camera to cloud proxies to your original media in editing programs like Adobe Premiere and DaVinci Resolve. I'm Christian with Film Jams. I hope this was helpful, and if you liked it, make sure to subscribe for new videos every week. Beam me up, Dr. Streamington. I think I broke it. A little movement, a little shake it.
Ooga! Let's inject some proxies into your bloodstream, boys.